Gail from Gail's Bookish Things. Hope you're having a great day. We are doing well here and enjoying the summer weather. My boys are in the pool and my daughter's reading, and so it's just a relaxing afternoon, and I thought, hey, I'll show you my new book while I have a minute. Pardon the glare. I am working with my lighting, as is always the case, but I'll try to keep that to a minimum. I did here a traveler's notebook size junk journal. It's the standard size, the 8 1/4 this way by 4 1/4, and I tried to feature primarily woodland type animals. So it's a nature journal, but it's more the kinds of animals and plants that are more everyday-ish versus say like sea animals or anything like that. So I used a calendar page for the cover, which is attached to cardstock. It's a lighter weight cardstock, but I do believe it's cardstock. And I put lace here and here just to finish off the edge a little bit. I have found when you make, for me, when I'm making these homemade traveler's notebook size ones, the pages start to bow out a little bit because I've made a pretty large one. There's probably 20-ish or more pages, so it tends to start to push out because where you have it stapled right here, it gets fuller, and so it's not as even here. And that's why, one reason I put the lace on. I liked the kind of vintagey look that added, but I also felt like it helped make those pages work together better. I do try to trim them down and make them uniform, but it almost seems like it's hard to get them all exactly the same. So this kind of adds to that, not to keep using vintage, but kind of that kind of rough look or randomness that adds character to a junk journal. I think that's one thing about junk journals too, that if you're like me, people enjoy, is the random feel, the mix and match, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I think it just creates a really unique book. I have also tried to focus on my junk journals to provide a lot of usable space. Now, I love the scrapbooking paper, and I certainly use a lot of that, but I'm thinking if you're carrying this book with you and you want to journal maybe some wildlife you see on a trip, or you just want to use it to record any kind of memory or journaling process, you want to have room to do that. So I don't try to add too many pages that you might look at and say that's cute, but what do I do with it? So I'll show you what I mean, and I will try to go through this in a somewhat quick manner. I'm going to grab a card here to show you pockets because I have not inserted things yet, but here's one and here's one. A tree stamp and washi. I loved this washi tape with the, I'm going to bring it in and hope it focuses for you, the nature themed. It's got mushrooms and owls and deer, so a lot of woodsy nature items, I guess you could say. Cut out birds from calendars. There's coffee and tea dyed paper, and then this word puzzle had to do with not mushrooms. I saw the word mushroom. Had to do with frogs. And then here's a page from a flower magazine. I like the diagrams. I think that adds a fun nature look. Is that visible, or is there too much of a glare? I think it's okay. And then I got these stickers from the Dollar Tree, so I've used those throughout because they kind of have muted colors, and I thought it worked pretty well. I did a tag here, cut out this from a book page. Here is some brighter washi. I do have a mix of bright and more subdued colors in this book, but I think it worked well together, and it just makes it kind of fun. It's not too serious, but then again, it's not too kiddish looking either. It's kind of a mix. Whimsical maybe is a good way of saying that. The leaf printer paper I had left over from when I did a party for one of my kids. I think, I can't remember which one, but anyway, I love fall leaves, so that'd be a good fall one, but that just made me think of outdoors in the woods. I came across a lot of fun workbooks at our library. There's a book sale, or a book rack where books are on sale, and every time you go in you can kind of glance. And so occasionally I have found old kids workbooks there, and the pictures in them are really, really fun. They're ink drawings. I loved how that looked in the journal. I just tore it out so it gives us the rough edge. This washi has birds and clouds. And then another thing I added was to pick up some paint chips or paint cards from the hardware store. And I selected ones that had names of things that are in nature or have to do with trees and things, which is a nature item. But I don't know what I'm going to do with these little guys yet. But this paint is called frog legs. So here's a couple frogs. I'll probably glue those on or laminate them and stick them in there for a fun little surprise for the recipient. I added buttons here and showing. Gosh, I wish I could see my frame a little better. I like the vintage look that buttons add. Of course, the doily. Here is a little kind of disguised tuck spot. You could insert a little paper, something there that you want to hang on to. And this has a bird, so that fits in with the nature theme. This little cute digital download is from I'm a Cool Mom. She has an Etsy shop. She's also on YouTube. She's got great stuff. Jessica Huffman is her name, and she just does amazing journals and offers different kits and things that you can use for your own junk journals. So I printed these because they were botanical as well as nature themed. So I made a little like flip spot there where you can journal underneath. You can tuck something there. And it has the little buttons and vintage kind of look to it, vintage linens. This is a wood grain washi. Lots of room to write, lots of room to attach things here. And then these kind of pages, I think, just add some personality, some quirkiness to the album. It kind of is retro, and it makes you look back and think of times past, the way things were done. And I really enjoy that effect. Obviously, you probably can't journal on it, but you can attach photos or any kind of memorabilia to them. Other than that, they just make a nice accent page. This is an envelope. I washi taped the edges, and there's a spot there to insert stuff. I used a couple Tim Holtz words that I thought had to do with journaling or nature. Some leaf washi, again, coffee and tea dyed. I'm saying coffee and tea. I can't remember which is which. I've done both coffee and tea ones, so I'm not sure which I have here. And a few of them are gifts that I received in my first Happy Mail from Diane Shaw at Shawcraft One. She sent me this as well and some Happy Mail, and I just loved the old illustration of the frog. So with something like this, again, maybe you want to write on the edge, but it would be a great place to attach something. You could also glue these shut and have a couple little tuck spots there for some little things you want to stow away, a little tag or something, or write a memory of an event that maybe you just want to kind of keep in a little more of a secret setting. This, of course, is acorns. I thought that was really cute washi. I also got this fabric in my Happy Mail from Diane. It's really cute, real pretty little orangey and tan flowers, if you can see that. And so I cut that out along the edge and just glued it on. I thought it blended really well. The background color is almost the same as the page, so I think that works nicely. Here's the other side of that envelope. I cut out a bird from a calendar from last year. More of the children's workbook pages with fun ink drawings. I don't know if that's the right word, but that's what I'm calling them. And then here, this paint chip is called Oak Moss, and I attached a little rickrack. So that's a great tuck spot. It would also make just a good spot to journal, put photos, record any kind of memories or anything that you want to keep track of. You can also use this as a commonplace book, which I have talked about before, but a commonplace book is a place of recording knowledge that enhances your understanding of the world or an area you're interested in. Could be trivial knowledge that you think is important to your growth as a person. And so commonplace books are for that. Just kind of like a journal, but you're not really recording thoughts so much as knowledge gained and gleaned from various sources. This is a little bit plain here, so there's plenty of room to write. And I thought it just kind of set off this fun little lizard who's going to eat that dragonfly, I guess that is. Anyway, this is from a children's book as well, and I thought that added a nice bright touch. Here's the vintage looking washi with the woodland animals. Another tuck spot, and this paint chip is called Pine Forest. And then I attached some leaf ribbon there and just a little deer head there from the washi, just a little tiny accent to add some personality. And then a crisscross of wood grain washi and a pine tree, evergreen tree. There's a fabric tab here, and if I forgot to point out, there's one there as well. The top is a cute little workbook page and a little bird watching the boy in the yard. The sticker set from Dollar Tree had these cool tabs too. I really liked the colors. They really seemed a little bit subdued, but still nice colors, and they seem to be maybe something you would find in the woods. This is not staying stuck. I will go back and glue that, however. So if this becomes yours, have no fear, I will glue that down. Again, tea stained paper. Sometimes what I'll do, if somebody's made tea in our tea maker and I'm going to clean it out and there's a tea bag there from a few hours or so earlier, I'll just set it on paper and let whatever moisture is in the tea bags stain some paper for me. I do that too if there's a little bit of coffee left over. Just make a batch of coffee stained paper. But also features the word awesome, and there's a cute little hedgehog and a glued on button. I did thread it, but I glued it on just so I didn't have to puncture the fabric. Another little detail corner tuck spot there. This is calico type fabric that has been coffee stained. And then here's a Picasso washi and a sticker. And this has a lot of texture on it. That one got kind of wrinkly when it was being stained, and I like that. I like the effect that gives. Might be a little bit tricky to write on. It might be a good place to attach something or just avoid the little bumps. Here's some green ribbon and more of the cute washi. Here's a game card, which makes a nice side tuck. It says grasshopper, a nature item, of course. So there's that kind of funky effect of a junk journal. Here's a raccoon cut out again from some old workbooks, and I just kept that page full so it could open up and it could be a little extra journaling, and I just thought that made kind of a fun little flip there. Here's a little mini collage area with the fabric and button. This is glued on. Didn't sew that. Sometimes with these kind of fabrics to sew them, I'm afraid that the paper will end up ripping, so I like to use a sturdy glue. Here's the word awesome. Again, those stickers need to have a little added glue. This is too wide to fit here, but here's the glassine bag, and I covered it with I'm a Cool Mom, Jessica's, one of her digital prints. The botanical cards, I think they're called collage cards. I like these because they have the buttons on them. I like the buttons, and I've used buttons throughout this, and this kind of picks up on that theme as well. And this is the final cover. So as you can see, it's, you know, a handy size. It's not a big, huge, bulky junk journal. It's the nice traveler's size. This would fit into a traveler's notebook, or you can use it separate. It's the standard size. Be a great junk journal. It would be a great, what is a junk journal? It would be good for recording stuff as a journal, a commonplace book, a prayer journal, or a gratitude journal, or a little something, just a nature book to take with you when you're on your hikes and you want to record any wildlife that you see, whether it's animals or plants. So this was a lot of fun to make. This size is a really fun creative outlet. It doesn't take as much time to do. They come together quickly, and you can enjoy the fruits of your labor rather quickly when you do a smaller size junk journal like this. Thank you for watching. I've enjoyed having you with me. I hope you have a great day, that you're managing to keep cool in these hot summer temps, and I hope to see you again next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.